center with Tom Zedzik for Johnston and Ryan Richard for Scituate. And we're underway here at Johnston. Gary Simaglia has the ball, passes it back over to Tim Arnold. Back out to Arnold, over to Simaglia. They post up to Zedzik, but he throws it away and recovers the ball. Oh, almost stolen, and it's an easy layup for Dave Hansen. 2-0 Johnston. Johnston putting pressure on the ball immediately, and Scituate throws it away. Johnston ball. Taking the ball out of bounds is Brian Crum. Passes it in to Tim Arnold. Back over to Simaglia. Back over to Arnold, back to Simaglia. Johnston looks like they're going to be a very patient team on offense and looking for the cut, but it was deflected out of bounds. Still Johnston ball. Johnston looks like I said, Johnston looks like they're going to just be patient and wait for the perfect opportunity. They'll try to get it inside to Zedzik, and then if that's not there, work it back outside. And there's a basket by Simaglia. 4-0 Johnston. Scituate tries to throw the bomb, and it's broken up by Johnston. Easy basket for Zedzik, and he was fouled on the play. Looks like the foul was on number 25 for Scituate, Ryan Richard. His first and the team first. Tom Zedzik at the line, shooting one. He misses the free throw, but the rebound was by Crum. And the basket for Johnston is now 8-0. And Scituate has yet to get the ball over the half-court line. And there's another steal and a layup by Gary Simaglia. 10-0 Johnston. Kick ball. Still Scituate ball. Oh, and Scituate finally gets the ball up court. And they get a basket by Scott Waterman. Now Scituate trying to return the pressure. And we have a foul on number 12. Mike Gaffney. I'm sorry, that was Dave Stockford with the basket for Scituate. Johnston with the ball, passing around the perimeter again. Simaglia with the ball, looking to drive. Gets it inside to Hansen, and he gets the basket. 12-2 Johnston. And Scituate gets the ball up. And Stockford drives the basket, and he's fouled by number 31, Brian Crum. That's his first foul, first on the team. Number 20, Dave Stockford at the line, shooting two. First one's up, and it's good. Second one's up, and it's in and out. Rebound by number 31, Brian Crum, who dribbles the ball up court and hits Tim Arnold, who throws up a basket, but it's 2 points. Looked like it may have been 3, but the ref called it 2. And here comes Scituate up the court. And basket by number 12, Mike Gaffney. 14-5 Panthers. Here comes Arnold up the court. Fakes and they pass it around. Johnston, very patient team on offense, but they play that tenacious D that's gotten them out to the quick early lead. Simaglia misses, grabs his own rebound, misses, but jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it's Scituate ball. Rich, if Scituate doesn't do something against this press, we might have a blowout here.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. This Johnston team seems to be running all over the court with them.
Okay, Scituate coming up the floor. It's Dave Stockton with the ball. Looks for somebody to pass it to and hits Mike Gaffney. Gaffney dribbling up toward the top of the key. Starts his drive but slows down, hits 23, Pete Murray. Passes it over to Jeff Bromley. Gets it inside to Ryan Richard. And his shot misses, but he was fouled.
Tom Zednick with his first foul of the game.
Foul on number 24, Tom Zednick. That's his first. Second on the team. And Ryan Richard misses the first of two. 4:52 left in the first quarter. And Richard makes the second one, 14-6 Johnston. Now Scituate also applying the pressure. But Johnston easily breaks it, but it's broken up. And here comes Richard, who drives all the way for the easy two. 14-8. Here's Arnold over to Zednick. And again, once again, Johnston with the definite height advantage on Scituate. And we have a foul down the other end, offensive foul on Scituate. We're coming back the other way. Foul was on number 24. No, sorry, they made a mistake on the board. Number 25, Ryan Richard. That's his second foul. Arnold over to Zednick, who gives it to Simaglia, who dribbles the top of the key and dishes it off to number 11, who gives it back to number 30, Tim Arnold, who got Zednick underneath, and his little 10-footer misses, and Scituate grabs the rebound and comes back up the floor. Tried the outlet pass again. It was deflected out of bounds off Johnston, and Scituate will retain possession. Scituate inbounds it to number 20. He's broken up but picks it up off the floor. Gives it over to number 12, Mike Gaffney. Gaffney with the ball over to Bromley. Bromley shoots in and out. And here comes Arnold back up the floor for the Panthers. Slows it down and waits for everybody to come down with him. Zednick with the ball over to Simaglia. Simaglia calling out the play, gives the ball to Arnold. Arnold looking for a cutter, but can't find none, so he gives it off to Hansen. Crum drives, throws up a left-hander underneath, and it's another basket for Johnston, and it's 18-8. Lucky Scituate retained the ball there on that tip. And a lucky bounce is a basket for Dave Stockford. 18-10. You know, Scituate's going to run into trouble. They keep trying to throw the outlet pass here, Rich.
Yeah, you got to watch out there. They got that big man, Mr. Zednick. He's going to steal it from him. They also got that, what a bulldog in that Tim Arnold, too.
Basket there by Simaglia. Air ball, battle underneath, and Johnston has the ball. Here comes Brian Crum walking it up. 20-10 Panthers. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. In the Zednick, who passes it off. And Simaglia is fouled as he drives to the basket, and we have our first substitutions of the game coming in for both sides. Checking into the game for Johnston, number 32, Ralph Zednick, and looks like number 15, who I don't have written down on my roster. Sorry about that. Oh, for Johnston. Blame that one on Coach Smith. I'll give you the Scituate substitution in a minute. But that was a basket by Brian Crum, another driving for a left-handed layup. Just into the game for Scituate is Josh Burrell, number 10. Gaffney with the ball, and he's fouled by 31, Brian Crum. It's 24-10 with 1:41 to go in the first quarter. Scituate has the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. By the way, that was the second foul on Brian Crum. Bromley with the ball at the top of the circle. Gives it off to Gaffney. Back to Bromley. Bromley drives down the middle, gives it an underhand scoop, and it's good for two. 24-12, Johnston. Johnston a little sloppy there. The play's broken up by 12 and 20 for Scituate. But now they trap Bromley underneath, and they steal the ball. Long jumper from the corner is no good. Rebound no good, and Scituate's coming down with the ball. That's Gaffney bringing the ball up. Tries right down the middle. Basket would have been good if it had gone in, but it didn't. And we have a foul on number 24, Tom Zednick. Bromley with the ball, top of the key, dribbling to his right, gives it off to Gaffney. Gaffney back to Bromley. Bromley over to Stockford. Stockford then throws it across to Gaffney, who misses, but we got contact underneath. Push off, offensive foul, and Johnston has the ball. 39 seconds left in the first quarter. No, the refs are just informed by the official scorer that Johnston is over the limit and will be shooting free throws the rest of the quarter. I'm sorry, Scituate is over the limit. At the line, number 23, Bobby Begelli. And he misses, rebound Zednick, and he misses. Scituate with the rebound. And it's Dave Stockford bringing the ball up. Stops, gives it off. Richard misses, rebound by Arnold. He's bringing the ball up himself. Gives it off to Begelli, and he misses. Battle for the rebound. Looks like it's out of bounds off of... Oh, the refs are discussing it. And after they confer, it's Scituate ball. Went off Tom Zednick out of bounds. Gaffney with the ball. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Stockford in the corner gets it back over to Gaffney. Gaffney loses it. 2 seconds. Throws up a desperation three. It's no good. First quarter's over. 24-12 Johnston lead. Okay, second quarter begins. Johnston with the ball. Begelli in the corner. Back out top to number 15, who gives it over to Zednick. Over to Arnold. Arnold drives across the lane, throws up a left-handed scoop, and it's good for two. 26-12 Johnston. And there we go again. Scituate trying to throw the ball deep, and it's picked off, and it leads to an easy basket for number 30, Tim Arnold. And again, this time the outlet pass is good. Burrell has the ball, gives it off to Richard, who misses the basket. Rebound by Burrell, and he misses, and Zednick picks it up, and here comes Johnston again down the court. Here comes Arnold down the middle. Tries the alley-oop, badly thrown, but deflected out of bounds by Jeff Bromley, and Johnston keeps the ball. Play's starting to get a little sloppy here as we open the second quarter. Okay, it's Zednick with the ball, and we got traveling as he tried to make his move across the lane. And Scituate has the ball coming up floor. Nice pass by Richard into Burrell, but he misses the layup, and Johnston's coming back down the other way. Here comes Arnold. Dishes it off to Bigelli, over to Zednick in the middle. Turns around, and he's blocked. Nice play, and here comes number 11, Jeff Bromley, for the easy layup. As Scituate puts on its own pressure now. Often say the best way to beat the press is press them back, and it worked that time for Scituate. Here's Arnold top, dishes off to number 15. Again, I'm sorry we don't have his name on the roster. Arnold in the corner. Gets it back out to Bigelli. Over to number 15. Back to Arnold. Arnold to Bigelli. Tries to pass it inside to Zednick, but ball's deflected out of bounds. Still Johnston ball, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Well, they were trying to look inside to one of the Zednick twins, but Arnold had the ball in the corner, and he traveled as he made his move to the basket. Scituate ball. 28-14's the score. 6:19 to go in the second quarter, and we have another substitution for Johnston. Coming into the game is number 20, Scott Waterman, making his first appearance. Oh, and he said he didn't quite come over the end line when he received that pass, and that was Jeff Bromley. It's a mistake that shouldn't be made. But then again, this is the first game of the season, so Coach Haggerty doesn't look too mad about that one. That's Waterman with the ball. Passes it over to Zednick. Back to Waterman, back to Zednick. Zednick on top to number 15. Looking for Tom Zednick in the middle, gives it off to Ralph. Ralph misses a 10-footer. Rebound, gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses again, and the rebound by Mike Gaffney. Gaffney brings the ball up by himself. He's racing down all the way down, dishes it off on the side to Jeff Bromley, who brings it back around to the outside. That's Bromley at the top of the key. Looking for a cutter, and Gaffney comes, takes the ball from him. Gaffney back over to Bromley. Bromley back to Gaffney, over to Stockford, back to Bromley. Misses, and here comes Johnston, 15 with the ball, and he's fouled by Jeff Bromley. On Bromley, that's foul number 1 on Bromley. And both teams are in the bonus the remainder of the first half. We have another substitution for Johnston. Number 31, Brian Crum, back in the lineup. As 24, Tom Zednick takes a breather. Zednick with his wrist heavily bandaged, still recuperating from the broken wrist he suffered during the football season.
Night.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Tom Zednick sitting down. Ralph is still in. Oh, a rebound by Crum, and I almost had a visitor here at the broadcast booth. Johnston with the ball. Brian Crum bringing the ball up. Pressured by Josh Burrell. Here's Ralph Zednick. I'll get that right sooner or later. Ball deflected out of bounds. Foul called, and we got 1 and 1 coming down the other end.
Ooh, Brian Crum with number 3.
That's the third foul on Brian Crum. So he sits down, and number 21, Dave Hansen, back in the lineup for the Panthers. Number 11, Jeff Bromley at the line, shooting 1 and 1. And he hits the first one. And it's 28-15 Panthers, 4:57 to go here in the first half. And the second one is up, and it's off the back of the rim, batted around, and Scituate gets the rebound. That's Gaffney with the ball. Looks, hits Stockford. Stockford drives, goes up, lays it up, no good. Here comes Hansen, passes it off to Bigelli, who gives it to number 15. Who gives it to Scott Waterman. And Scituate gets the ball. Here comes Mike Gaffney. fiddling and diddling, gives it off to number 11, Jeff Bromley. Bromley over to Stockford. Back to Gaffney. Gaffney shoots. No, basket doesn't count. Hit the wire support above the basket, which is out of bounds. No basket, Johnston ball. Another substitution for the Panthers, number 11. Gary Samaglia back in the lineup, and number 15 takes a break. We believe it's Kevin Pelland, but I'm not sure. Johnston brings the ball up across to Zednik. Zednik tries to give it back to Waterman, but the ball goes out of bounds. Scituate ball. 4:05 to go here in the first half. 28-15, Johnston leading Scituate. Gaffney with the ball, gives it to Bromley, gives it back to Gaffney, over to Stockford. After a fake, Stockford puts up about a 10-footer, and it's no good. Rebound and basket underneath by Ryan Richard. Here comes Johnston, quickly back down the floor, and a foul as Bobby Begelli drives to the basket. Scituate foul is on number, I believe it's on number 25, Ryan Richard, who is coming out of the lineup and is being replaced by Pete Murray. Still no indication from the, there it is. That's his third foul. Begelli hits the first of 2 free throws. And up, the second one's up, and it's good. 30-17 Panthers. Here comes Gaffney with the ball. Gaffney off on the right wing to Bromley. Bromley back out on top to Gaffney. Gaffney to Stockford, back to Gaffney, over to Bromley. Bromley back to Gaffney. Gaffney fakes, dribbles off, passes it back to Bromley. In the corner to Burrell, back to Bromley, back to Gaffney. Gaffney to Stockford. Kick ball, still Scituate ball. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. And Johnston again making wholesale substitutions. Tom Zednik, Tim Arnold back in the lineup. Along with number 22, Chris Gentile making his first appearance. Stockford misses from about 15, rebound by Zednik. Here comes Samaglia up court, it's stolen away. Good defensive play by Josh Burrell. And back down the other end is Jeff Bromley with a driving layup. 30-19 Johnston. Zednik with the ball, throws a cross-court pass to Gentile, gives it back to the top to Arnold, over to Samaglia. Samaglia to Gentile, back to Arnold, back to Gentile. Inside to Hansen, back to Gentile. Gentile hits a 12-footer. 32-19 Panthers. Gaffney up, gives it off to Bromley. Bromley loses the ball, scuffle for it, out of bounds, off of Samaglia, Scituate ball. Murray gives it in to Gaffney. Gaffney dribbles the top of the key. Back out on the wing to Bromley. Bromley gives the ball down low to Burrell. Back out to Bromley. Back to Gaffney. Back to Murray. Nice play getting the ball back. Gaffney, after he lost it, trying to make the pass, drives down, dishes it off to Burrell. Burrell in traffic underneath, lays it up, no good. Rebound. Comes out to Pete Murray, and he loses the ball. He was fouled. And he'll be at the line, shooting 2. Johnston foul was on number 22. Chris Gentile, that's his first. Team is still over the limit. 1:48 to go in the half. And the first one's up and off the front of the rim, no good. He readies himself for the second one. Few dribbles and it's up, and that's good. 32-20, Panthers on top. 1:47 to go here in the first half. Ball deflected out of bounds, still Johnston ball. Into the lineup for Johnston, number 14, Eddie Davies, making his first appearance. Here comes Arnold, Gives it to Davies. Davies wasn't looking, saves it in the corner. Gets it inside to Zednik, who was fouled by Bromley on the play, I believe. And Zednik will be at the line shooting 1 and 1. Yes, the foul was indeed on number 11, Jeff Bromley. That's his first. Well, they just changed it to his second. They had one up on the board. Tom Zednik dribbles. Here's the first shot up. Clanks off the back of the rim. Rebound by Murray. Murray gives it to Bromley. Bromley brings it up the floor at the top of the key. Gives it off to Gaffney. Here comes Gaffney dribbling down the right side. Back out on top to Bromley. Back to Gaffney. Gaffney shoots. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Zednik. Zednik out to Arnold. Here comes the Johnston fast break. Arnold looks one way, tries to magic Johnston the ball. Broken up by Gaffney. He looked one way, dished the other. And here comes Gaffney the other way. Off to Murray. Murray fakes it, tries to get it back underneath to Gaffney, and it's stolen away by number 5, Kevin Pellin. Pellin with the ball. As Johnston has made wholesale substitutions here at the end of the second quarter. Nice pass by Arnold to number 14, Eddie Davies, who gets the basket. And it's 34-20. And there was a foul after the basket. Foul after the basket. The basket is good. And we come back down the other way for 1 and 1. 49 seconds left in the second quarter. 34-20. Johnston on top. Jeff Bromley at the line, shooting 1 and 1. Johnston foul was on Tom Zednik. That was his third, and he takes a seat. Free throw was missed, and here comes Arnold. Oh, that looked like he caught his own pass. Yes, it was. He traveled. Good call by our referee, Mr. Hansen. And here comes Bromley bringing the ball up. Over to Gaffney. Gaffney dribbles the top of the key. Dishes it off to Stockford. Stockford throws it cross court to Jeff Bromley. Back to Gaffney. Back to Stockford. Stockford looking inside to Murray. But they dish it back out around to Bromley. Bromley to Gaffney. Back to Bromley. Back to Gaffney. It looks like Scituate's holding it for the last shot. The shot clock is turned off. There's 15 seconds left. Bromley with the ball. Over to Gaffney. Gaffney bounced past to Stockford. Stockford sees nothing, throws it back across to Bromley, to Gaffney, to Bromley, just inside the three-point line. That's good. Basket good for Jeff Bromley. And that ends the first half here at Johnston High School with the score, Johnston 34, Scituate 22. Yeah, you can shut it off. He's in foul trouble. Brian Crum and Tom Zednik for Johnston with 3 apiece, and Ryan Richard for Scituate, who also has 3. We open the second half. Scituate has the ball. Let me get settled down here. We'll be ready to go. It's number 12. Gaffney with the ball, gives it off to Stockford. Stockford misses from the outside. Rebound by Ralph Zednik. Zednik, I got it right that time. Once again, it'll take me a while to get these names right. Tonight is the first game. We should be ready by the weekend. Scituate grabs the rebound, and here comes Bromley up the floor, stops at the top of the key, gives it off to Gaffney. Gaffney dribbles off to the right, gives it back to Bromley in the corner, back out to Gaffney. Back to Bromley, back to Gaffney. Gaffney from just to the right of the free throw line, and it's good. 34-24, Scituate's cut it to 10 points. Pass goes in underneath. Wild shot by Zednik, and here comes Scituate back up, looking to cut it to 8. At Stockford with the layup, but he misses. Ball's batted around, and it comes out to Arnold. Arnold brings it down, 3-on-2, takes it himself. Left-handed scoops, no good. Rebound put up and in by Gary Samaglia. Good alert play by Samaglia to pick up the loose ball and lay it back in. Johnston got the lead back up to 12. That's Murray in the corner, back out on top to Gaffney. Gaffney over to Bromley, back to Gaffney. Gaffney bounce pass to Murray. Murray throws it up from just about the three-point line. That's no good. Rebound laid up and in by Bromley. That's 11 points for Bromley. And Scituate cuts it back to a 10-point lead. Ooh, Begelli looked like could have been steps there. Shot in and out. Rebound by Hansen. No good, but he was fouled. And he'll be at the line to shoot 2. Rich, a little bit of sloppy play here to begin the second half. Ball's being batted around. The guy's not boxing out. Easy rebounds, easy layups.
Yeah, well, that's expected. They're just getting back on the court and getting settled down from the first half, which was pretty wild. Hopefully they'll settle right back into the groove they had before.
Okay, and that Hansen made the first but missed the second. Panthers up by 11. Gaffney to Murray, back out to Gaffney. Over to Bromley, back to Gaffney. Gaffney dribbles around Arnold, puts it up, partially blocked by Zednik. Picked up by Zednik over to Arnold. Left-handed shot, oh! Looked like a good play from here, but they call a foul on number 11, Jeff Bromley. Didn't have very good view of that one. Maybe he caught a piece of him, but just a piece. And Arnold will be at the line to shoot 2.
They called it on Gaffney, that's wrong.
Oh, they called it. Oh, they changed it, Rich. It is on Bromley, and that's his 3rd. Arnold with the miss off the front of the rim. Gets a little encouragement from Simaglia. Bounces the ball a few times, puts up the second one. Swish. The encouragement worked. Johnston back out by 12. Number 22, Brian LaPlante in the lineup for Scituate. He has the ball dribbling off to the right. Bounce pass onto the right wing to Bromley. Back out to LaPlante. Kick ball by Arnold. Still Scituate ball. Substitution for Johnston, number 25. Mark Capaldi in the lineup. By the way, we found out at halftime, number 15 for Johnston is Mark Capaldi. So now who is 25? We don't have a 20. We found out who 15 was, but now we don't know who 25 is. All part of the first night jitters, so to speak. Ball batted around. Johnston retains possession. Gary Simaglia over to Arnold. Arnold calls out the play, gives it down. Hansen gives the ball to Arnold. Arnold at the top of the circle. Looked underneath for the cutter, Simaglia, but he wasn't looking. The ball goes out of bounds. It's Scituate ball. All right, let's get these lineups straight for you. Simaglia and Arnold are the guards for Johnston. Hansen, Tom Zednik. No, that's Ralph Zednik. And number 25, who we don't know. That's the Johnston lineup. For Scituate, it's Bromley, LaPlante, Murray, Ryan Richard, who just scored the basket, and Mike Gaffney. Simaglia with the ball over to Arnold. Arnold calls out the play, gives the ball to Hansen. Hansen looks, gets it back out on top to Simaglia, back to Hansen. Hansen looking for a cutter, gives it to Arnold. Arnold almost loses the ball at his hip. Gives it to Hansen, back to Arnold. Arnold's at the top of the key. Back to the right to Hansen. Hansen looking for 25 underneath. Takes it himself, brings it back out, passes it to Arnold. Over to Simaglia, back to Arnold. Into Hansen. Hansen makes a move, drive. He's blocked, but the foul. Foul on Jeff Bromley. And that could be number 4. Josh Burrell comes in for Bromley.
Did you mark him or not?
Yes, and that is Bromley's 4th foul, and he takes a seat. The Scituate leading scorer with 11 points is on the bench with 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Second and...
Hanson makes the first, but misses the second. Oh, sorry, it was the other way around. Missed the first, made the second, and they're up by 12. That's Murray, back out top to LaPlante. LaPlante on the right side to Gaffney. Cross court to Murray inside, tried to hit Burrell, but it was broken up, and here comes Johnston up the floor. Brian Crum back in the lineup for Johnston. Gives it over to number 15, who we identified as Mark Capaldi. Into Zednik, back out on top to Simaglia down underneath. Plays broken up by number 25 for Scituate, Ryan Richard. Here comes Gaffney up top of the key. Bounce pass to Murray. Murray back to Bromley, over to LaPlante. LaPlante dribble on the left side, brings it back around to the top of the key. Back on the left side to Mike Gaffney. Gaffney to LaPlante, over to Murray, back to LaPlante, over to Gaffney. Gaffney drives, and he's fouled by Mark Capaldi. And they'll be taking the ball out of bounds, it looks. Yeah, taking the ball down, out of bounds, underneath the basket. LaPlante gives it out to Gaffney. Gaffney dribbles out to the top of the key, back to LaPlante. LaPlante dribbles the left side, bounce pass into Murray. Murray back to LaPlante. LaPlante kick ball. Still Scituate ball. 2:33 to go in the third quarter, 39-28, so our score here. Johnston on top. LaPlante with the ball. Gives it to Murray. Murray back to LaPlante. Bounce pass over to Gaffney. Down underneath to Burrell. Back out on top to LaPlante. LaPlante dribbles left, throws a high pass cross court to Gaffney. Gaffney gets caught underneath, throws it away. Ball comes out. Here comes Capaldi for the layup. Nice block. Nice block. Johnston ball. That was Pete Murray with the block on a layup attempt by Mark Capaldi. Johnston ball underneath the basket. That's Brian Crum out to Simaglia. Simaglia walks it out to the top, passes it over to Capaldi, back to Simaglia. Fakes one way, drives down the middle, throws up the shot from the free throw line. It's short. Rebound Zednik, off the glass and in. Ralph Zednik with the basket. 41-28, Johnston on top. Here comes Gaffney, gives it to LaPlante. LaPlante to Murray, back to LaPlante. Top of the key, throws it into the corner to Gaffney, back on top to LaPlante. On the right wing to Murray. Murray fakes it, goes across to Gaffney. Gaffney to LaPlante, bounce past Murray. Back to LaPlante at the top of the key. Back to Gaffney, back to LaPlante. Three-point attempt is no good. But we have a foul underneath. No, foul was on the shot. They say LaPlante was fouled by number 11, Gary Simaglia. At the line is Brian LaPlante, shooting 2. He makes the first. 41-29, Johnston on top by 12. A minute 27 to go in the third quarter. Dribbles the ball, sets, shoots. Second free throw is also good. 41-30. Oh, pretty play by Brian Crum, who gets the rebound of the missed shot and lays it in himself. 43-30, Johnston. Minute 10 to go in the third quarter. Here comes LaPlante bringing it up. Inside to Ryan Richard, but the ball bounced off his hand. And before Johnston can break down, Mike Gaffney steals it, passes it underneath to Josh Burrell, but the ball's kicked around. Still Scituate ball. Foul called on the play. Looks like the foul's on Gary Simaglia again. And if it is, that's his second. Scituate with the ball. That's Gaffney to LaPlante. LaPlante over to Murray. Murray throws up the shot, it's short. Battle underneath, rolling around on the floor. There's a scramble for it. Jump ball called, and on the alternating possession, Johnston ball. Coach Schmidt calling out instructions. He wants one shot. The shot clock is off. There's 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. And he wants his team to hold the ball and get the final shot here for the third quarter. Scituate putting a little bit of pressure on the ball. And that's Capaldi over to Brian Crum. Crum just holds the ball out near the half-court stripe. Gives it to Capaldi. Capaldi holds the ball, dribbles to the right. Gives it to Zednik. Zednik back out on top to Brian Crum. Crum holding the ball over his head. Dribbles to his right. Finds Zednik underneath for the easy hoop. Here comes Scituate back up the floor. Brian LaPlante's got it. Tries to drive down the middle. Broken up. Ball's rolling on the floor. Picked up by Capaldi. Wild layup attempt. There's no, and I think it's a good decision. Down 17. You got to risk it. Got to put them out on the floor. You need some points. They went through a dry spell at the end of the quarter, and Johnston opened up a 17-point lead. So here we go. It's Scituate with the ball. LaPointe at the top of the key as we start the fourth quarter. Over to Bromley, to LaPointe. Kicked out of bounds by Arnold. That's about the third or fourth time. The kid's got quick feet on that bounce pass, Rich.
Oh, yeah. He should be playing soccer.
Okay, Scituate with the ball. That's Gaffney taking it out of bounds into LaPlante. Plant tries to hit him in the corner. Almost gets away from Bromley. I'm sorry, that was Gaffney. Back out to LaPlante to Gaffney to LaPlante. Over on the left side to Bromley. Bromley looking to go cross-court, but throws up the shot anyway. It's short. Rebound by Crum. Crum's bringing the ball up himself. Sees Zednik underneath. He gets it to him. Back to Crum. Layup no good. Rebound batted around by Zednik to Crum. And he was fouled underneath. Now here's definitely where the Johnston height advantage pays off. Zednik is 6'9". The tallest Scituate player is 6'3". Johnston has Tom Zednik at 6'9", Ralph Zednik at 6'6". And the other players are also tall. I don't have their official height, but Johnston definitely has the height advantage. Crum makes the first, and the second one rolls around, and that's also good. 49-30, Johnston with its biggest lead, 19 points here in the fourth quarter. LaPlante brings the ball up for Scituate on the left side. Into Bromley, back to LaPlante, over to Gaffney. Gaffney with the ball back to the top. LaPlante, open shot from the top of the key. In and out, tough break, rebound Zednik. Out to Arnold. Arnold had Zednik deep, but decided not to throw it. But hits Brian Crum, and he hits the basket for 2 more points. And Crum's on fire here in the second half. LaPlante bringing the ball up. Over to Gaffney, to LaPlante, over to Bromley. Bromley with the ball on the right, back to LaPlante on the top, over to Gaffney on the left-hand side, back out to LaPlante at the top of the key. On the right side to Bromley. Bromley back to LaPlante. LaPlante drives, dishes it off, but he was fouled on the pass over to Mike Gaffney. We have unofficially Brian Crum with 12, 14, 16 points here, leading Johnston. LaPlante gives the ball to Bromley, back to LaPlante. Over to Gaffney, cross-court pass to Jeff Bromley. Bromley takes a step, throws up the shot off the back of the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, but we have a push-off, and it looks like it's on Brian Crum, the foul.
Uh-oh, that's number 4 for Mr. Crum.
And if it is on Crum, that's his fourth.
Yep, that's number 4.
That's the fourth on Crum. But that doesn't hurt Johnston as much as Bromley picking up his fourth for Scituate. Johnston has a 21-point lead, and there's only 6:18 to go here in the game. But Coach Smith is taking them out anyway. Bromley hits the first. He has one more. Cuts the lead to 20 points. Second shot is up. Rolls around and out. Rebound by Zednik. And Zednik was harassed by Gaffney, but he gets it off to number 20, who just entered the game for Crum, Scott Waterman. Matt Burdett just in the game for Scituate, and he makes a layup. Cuts the lead to 18. But Johnston quickly comes back. Zednik to his brother, Tom Zednik, who jams it home with the left-handed jam. And that's about the first time all night the crowd's really gotten into the game. Back up the 20-point lead for Johnston. Gaffney tries to hit. Looks like Josh Burrell underneath. The ball was batted around, went out of bounds. Still Scituate ball. Outstanding play by Johnston, Rich, to get the ball back in after a made basket and get the easy dunk.
Definitely. Especially that dunk by one of the Twin Towers. Holy mackerel.
Okay, that's Bromley with the ball. Gets it back out to Gaffney, holds it, gives it into number 15, Matt Burdett. Comes back around to Bromley. Bromley throws up the jumper, no good. Rebound by Zednik. Johnston looking to run still. Arnold with the ball, but he slows it up as Scituate was back quickly on the defense. That was Waterman inside to Zednik, back out to number 22, Chris Gentile back in the game. Gentile looked like he gave it to Waterman, who lost the ball. Scituate has it, and a foul was called. Looks like the foul is on number 22, Chris Gentile.
Yep.
And that's his second foul. Both teams are in the bonus. They'll be shooting 1 and 1 the rest of the way for every foul. At the line for Scituate, number 12, Mike Gaffney. First one's up and short off the front of the rim. Rebound by Zednik. With the ball, Ralph Zednik. Ball's deflected. Waterman picks it up and drives. We have a foul on number 10 for Scituate, Josh Burrell. Number 5, Kevin Pellin, is in the game for Johnston. And Scott Waterman also in the game. He's at the line, shooting 1 and 1. And the first one's up and good. Here comes the second one. And it's up. And it's good. Johnston shooting their free throws very well tonight. That's Gaffney with the ball. Bounces it over to Bromley. Bromley has trouble picking it up, but gets it back over to Gaffney. Oh, telegraphed that pass. Here comes Ralph Zednik. Behind the back, no one home. Burdett picks it off. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Scituate retains the ball. We had 2 bad passes in a row. First by Scituate, and then Ralph Zednik trying to get fancy coming down the court. He had no one to pass it to, went behind the back, and no one was home. Scituate with the ball. It's Gaffney over to Bromley. Bromley hits the 8-footer. And they cut it back to a 20-point lead. That's Tom Zednik with the ball, gets it back out to Scott Waterman. Waterman in the corner to Ralph Zednik. Zednik dribbles underneath to number 22, Chris Gentile. His shot's off. Rebound by Zednik to Gentile. Oh, the ball almost went in off deflection, batted around. Gentile with the miss. Zednik with the rebound, and he's fouled. Almost had a crazy deflection basket there, Rich.
Oh, that would have been one of those shots made for the VCR. Not so great moments in sports.
Number 14 for Johnston, Eddie Davies is back in the lineup. And number 32, Ralph Zednik, takes a seat on the bench. Played a strong game tonight. Tom Zednik gets a lucky bounce, and the first free throw is good. The Scituate foul was on Ryan Richard. That was his fault. And Zednik hits the second free throw. 57-35, 4:07 to go here in the game. Gaffney with the ball, throws up a 3. It's short. He gets his own rebound. Dribbles around from the foul line. It's blocked by Zednik. Richard picked up the ball, but he was fouled. It looks like it's on number 22, Chris Gentile. And that would be his third. At the line, Josh Burrell. Shooting 2. The first one First one's no good, but there's a lane violation against Scituate, and it wouldn't have counted had it gone in. Improperly positioned underneath the basket. So here's Josh Burrell with his second free throw attempt. And it's up, and it's no good. Scituate not making their free throws, and that hurts when you're down 20 points and trying to get back in the game. Gentile with a wild shot that goes in and out. Here comes Bromley with the ball. Bounce pass over to number 15, Matt Burdett. Back out to Bromley. Bromley with the ball, and he shoots, and it's blocked by Zednik. Rebound stolen away, batted around. Bromley with the ball, and it's stolen by Zednik. Excuse me. Davies with the ball out of bounds. Loses the ball out of bounds, Scituate ball. Number 25 back in the lineup for Johnston. Gaffney bringing the ball up. 3:08 to go in the game. Bromley and Gaffney play a little catch, and Bromley misses the 15-footer. Rebound by number 25. He's being pushed underneath. No blood, no foul. But the ball is stolen by Bromley, who lays it up and in. Good non-call there by the referee. Well, play's getting sloppy here in the final 2:35. Everybody trying to make the touchdown pass here. Stolen away again by Gaffney. Comes down, lays it up, and in. And he was fouled. But it looks like it just might be too little too late for Scituate. The Spartans down by 18 points. 2:22 to go in the game. Pete Murray back in the game for the Spartans. And number 25, Ryan Richard, sits down. At the line, Mike Gaffney shooting one. And again, no good. Rebound out of bounds, Scituate retains possession. 2:21 to go. 57-39, Panthers on top. Murray on the ball on the right side. Dribbles out toward the top of the key. Cross-court pass to Gaffney. Gaffney throws one up, no good. Rebound battled underneath. Gets his own rebound. Mike Gaffney dribbles around down the lane. Tries to pass it inside to number 10, Josh Burrell, but there was a foul called. Play definitely getting sloppy here at the end, Rich.
Oh, definitely, definitely. They're just trying to just go out there and make baskets instead of playing. Just trying for some personal glory.
Mike Gaffney will be at the line, shooting 1 and 1, and the first one is good. 57-40, 17-point Panther lead. Gaffney shoots the second one, and it rolls around and it's good. Waterman bringing the ball down for the Panthers, stops and brings it back outside. Loses the ball off his foot, out of bounds. And he's mad with himself, and he should be. No need to run the ball with a 16-point lead. Should be working the clock. The clock's your opponent now, not Scituate. Gaffney with the ball. Murray for three. No good. Bromley battling for the rebound. But the foul was called on number 22 for Johnston, Chris Gentile. No. I was wrong. That was the 5th foul on Jeff Bromley. He fouls out of the game. Unofficially, we have him down for 15 points.
16.
Okay, we have him down for 16 points. At first, it looked like the referee was going to call a foul on number 22, Chris Gentile. But the foul is on Jeff Bromley, and he fouls out. He played a fine game tonight. And the first shot is up and good by Chris Gentile. Johnston up 17. He sets for the second one, and it rolls around and in. And Scituate brings the ball up. This is Matt Burdett. Bounce pass over to Gaffney, fakes the 3 points, runs into his own play, is getting trapped in the corner, finds Murray underneath, but the ball slapped away, and here comes Johnston bringing the ball up, and they slow it down. This is number 5, Kevin Pellin, over to Waterman. Waterman giving the ball to Gentile. He tried to pass it inside, and there was a foul called on the play. Number 25 is at the line, who we thought at first was Mark Capaldi, but we were told that Capaldi is wearing number 15 tonight. We don't, from the cheering in the crowd, his name is Michael. We don't have his last name. We're sorry. Oh, but the ball is tapped in by Chris Gentile off the miss. Yes, I believe it is Mike McGurran, who is listed here as 32, but we know 32 is Ralph Zednick. And here comes Waterman up the floor. Pressured by Burrell. Gets the ball in, and the ball's batted around and recovered by Scituate. Burdett misses the layup, and here comes Johnston back the other way. Here comes Gentile, slowing it down. Stops, gives it back out to Pellin. Pellin over to Waterman. Back over to Gentile. Tries to pass it inside. Ball's deflected away. Still Johnston ball. 42 seconds to go. Johnston up 61-41. Gentile takes the ball out. Looks underneath, but passes it outside to Eddie Davies. Davies holding on to the ball, gives it to Waterman. Waterman near the half-court line. Gives it off to Pellin. Pellin just holds the ball, fires it underneath. No need to make that pass. Scituate with the ball, 30 seconds to go. Here comes Burdett bringing the ball up for Scituate. Top of the key. Bounce pass over on the right to Dave Stockford. Haven't seen much of him the second half. 3-point attempt by Gaffney. Bounces off the rim, no good. And Pellin with the ball, but he loses the ball. Burdett picks it up. He falls down, picks the ball up, bounces around. Davies throws the ball, goes out of bounds. And there's a foul called. 1-1. Seven seconds to go. Johnston. It was a sloppy game at times, but it's the first exhibition game of the season. Better to get all the kinks out of the system now than when the season starts. Kevin Pellin at the line shooting 1-1. Ball's no good. Murray picks up the rebound, tries to throw the outlet pass. It's picked off by Waterman. Waterman tripped, and it almost got ugly there. He wanted to throw the ball at the guy who tripped him. It's purely accidental. Matt Burdett with the foul. Purely an accidental trip. Wasn't doing it intentionally. And Waterman will be at the line, shooting 1-1 with 2 seconds to go. The first one's up and good. Waterman drills, shoots the second one, rolls around and out, and that's the end of the ball game. Final score: Johnston Panthers 62, the Scituate Spartans 41. Well, Rich, the first game's on.